Finish him off!
He's calling for it!
This is it! This is it! Your career's on the line here! Do it! Do it! His place will be ripped when he picks him up.
He's got him up! Oh, hell yeah! 1, 2, 3!
Thank you! Thank you! We've got a new heavyweight champion!
Climb the ladder, kid! Make yourself famous! I just had an out-of-body experience! What did we just see? What did we just see? He got him a power slam! He got him in a power slam! He got it! Simmons got it! Simmons has won the match! Simmons is a champion!
I've always maintained that reality is for people who can't face drugs.
Shit is about to get real.
You get to see knee deep. Shit.
Look at the stare of the champion against the challenger.
What?
And now, Straight Talk Society presents Wrestling with Reality.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
It's going to be the biggest battleground in the history of our sport. The biggest match in pro wrestling history. The two biggest superstars in our sport in the biggest event the sport has ever seen. The biggest match in the history of our sport. Trying to run a little scalded dog here. Enough is enough. That's enough. No! Oh, God, that's enough! Stop it! Bam! Listen, marriage tougher than a $2 steak. Who is your daddy? Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Little slam, toe slam. Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Lucifer's lips on the biggest songs in the WWE. Somebody stop this! Somebody stop the damn man! Enough's enough!
What?
The irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
It's got it real. Woo!
WWE Dynamite.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? It's time. Let's rock.
I can't do it. We'll do it live.
So escape from reality?
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
I am reality.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Oh, it's live, pal.
Let the shredder begin! It is now time for
With reality.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Junior, look at this.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
number one to be the man, baby! You have to beat the man! Heavyweight champion of the world. The time is now. Reality has become the present, and the final lesson of the pain game has begun. Have you ever heard a joke like that in your life?
You are gonna wrestle my ass for the world title. You will have to kill me to keep me from killing you. Woo!
The 90s have been referred to as the reckoning with truth. In the 80s, everything was clouded. Nobody ever told the truth. In the 90s, the way to go is flat out. Tell no lies. That's the way we're gonna do it. When you hear something from our lips, truth it may be, and as much as it may hurt, you can count on it being exactly the way that it is.
We want the gold, sucker! Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga!
Oh, what is up, Straight Talk Society? This is your host, Trevor, and I am back with another episode of Wrestling with Reality. And we are at full staff today because my co-hosts with the most are already in the building. The political prophet amongst men And first of all, I'd like to say thank you for joining the channel membership. MD, what's going on?
Peace. What's going on? What's happening? Looking
Can't
forward to the
call it.
show.
I can't call it. Then producer extraordinaire in the building, showed up for work on time today. Van Cat, what's up, Van Cat?
Showed up for work, ain't got no damn money. Only in America. Only in America.
Hey, only in America. Only in America. So, real quick before we get started, we are MD does have a debate later on
Yep.
Solar Vision Debate League at 8:00. Should black people vote? So that's going to be very interesting. So make sure y'all tune into that. So we are going to try to hurry up and get out of here in time so he can get over there and take care of Solar, which I think he will.
What's up, Ricardo?
I love Solar, but MD gonna mop him up with a topic like that. Shout out to Ricardo in the building. Secondly, we will be back May 8th, I think it is. Yeah, so 2 weeks from today with the WWE Backlash review. That show is coming on a Saturday, May 7th. No, Saturday, May whatever. So we'll review the show that Wednesday. Then 2 weeks after that, episode 50. I mean, what a fitting number for the show that we do have in store. Episode 50. This is Sting Part 2. And I just want to tell you, that's been the hardest show I ever had to research for. His post WCW career, like literally took you in the doldrums of everywhere. That stuff that I damn sure didn't know about. So it's going to be interesting seeing that. And shout out to the people over on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I know there's other wrestling shows going on right now, but I guarantee you this will probably be the best wrestling show you ever listen to. So you just strap on, enjoy the ride. Hopefully we cultivate an audience over there because we could be a little more free because YouTube is up to its own shenanigans. I watched the video. Did you watch the video, Venkat, from Tapest Politics?
Watch the video
from last night's show.
What do you mean watch the video? I lived the video.
Did you go back and see what they're complaining about? That's what I mean.
No, man, I came straight from work. I came straight from work, man. I ain't got time.
They're complaining about it's I knew what it was. It had nothing to do with what MD said. It's the guy being on fire. So
yeah, that's what I said. I figured it was that. Which don't make sense.
You blur that out, that'd be fine, and just re-upload it. I don't know. Shout out to Nerd.
But it is blurred out.
Yeah,
and they don't even show it. I mean, that's CBS doing that. I mean,
yeah, it's ridiculous. But we are going to get into, like I said, we're going to get through this one. We are going to get into what I thought was one of the best pay-per-views I've seen in a good while. But before we get into that,
Did you hear the question, Senator?
It just doesn't work for me.
Let's get into a quick sidebar. Whenever I can get
from the get-go, Trevor. Wow.
Yeah. Whenever I can get into a conversation like this, I'd like to get into it. MD, Reggie Bush got his Heisman back. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I ain't got no issue with it.
Oh man, you don't see you're not happy about it? Like you don't. What's the problem? What's up?
I mean, so okay. So the initial stuff that with everything happening, I don't put that on one particular platform. So I can't put it on Reggie Bush. He shouldn't have lost it to begin with. The championships and all of that, that's debatable. But individual accolades, like I can't rock with that. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I don't believe that he never should have lost it. So I'm happy for him, and that's what it is. Like you weren't gonna get no ill-mannered answer out of me.
Oh no, I figured you would have rocked with it. I mean, he is a fellow black brother. I just thought I just wanted to know what you thought about it because the other side is saying how bad it was and things like this. I think it was ridiculous in the beginning just because you can't. I think you dropped the link in the wrong chat too, MD.
I put it there because I'm like doing other stuff on my phone, and I got a link.
Okay.
Yeah, with the chat, with the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So I just
All
put
right.
it there so somebody else can do it.
You can't. They took all his records away. You can't take all his records away. They took his Heisman, all for what equates to $300,000. When the truth of the matter is, the lowest NIL, like the lowest NIL deal of the top NIL deals, is $1.4 million, and that's from Shedeur Sanders. So, again, like what are we talking about here? And now he's having his lawyers go through the lawsuit, well, whatever they said against him, and they're going to turn around and countersue the NCAA for basically slander and defamation of character and all that good stuff.
So let me ask you. So based on that, we in the age of the NILs right now. Do you think all of the prior incidents dealing with anything with money, with former athletes, former college teams, do you think it's null and void now? Like SMU
It should be.
and
It should be.
I know why? I ain't gonna front. I agree.
Yeah, because here's the deal. And one of my it's so funny because it's funny. People always act weird about other people's money. One of my coworkers today was all pissed because I'm assuming, I think Amon-Ra Brown or Amon-Ra, whatever his name is, from the Lions,
he got extended today.
Got some massive $120 million.
120.
Yeah, he got $120 million contract. Now he's pissed because now they're gonna he's a Cowboy fan, and now they're gonna have to pay CeeDee Lamb. And he's saying, oh, they're offsetting the market and blah, blah. I said, listen, bro, it ain't my money. I don't care. You know what I mean? If Stephen Ross wants to back a Brinks truck up to every top free agent in the world, just get me a damn Super Bowl. I don't care about his money. I don't care. Because when I go to Dolphin Stadium and I'm dropping $200 and $300, I want to be entertained. So I have an investment in that team. When you look at all my Dolphins merchandise, I have an investment in that team, and I need a return on my investment. So I don't care how much money they're spending. But to your question, the SMU thing, all that was bullcrap. You know, you know what they were doing to the Miami Hurricanes players. They were suspending them kids from, and I hate the Hurricanes. They were suspending them kids for getting like free dinners and stuff like that. The NCAA is gross. You talk about something you guys need to be talking about on Tape Is Politics. Y'all need to be tearing the NCAA apart. It's gross how for years they have profited off of the image of these kids. And all they could tell me is, oh, yeah, we're going to give you a free education. When 1% of those kids make it to the pros. So you're talking about all these hundreds of thousands of college athletes. 1% of them make it to the pros. And the best you could tell me is you giving me a college education and I can't accept a damn free dinner from an agent or a free pair of sneakers, i.e. Florida State, Free Shoes University. Come on, man, get out of here with that. I ain't got time for that.
Hey, I agree, man. I agree. It'll be a different topic if all the money was scaled down. Like if the coach wasn't making millions of dollars. If the booster programs wasn't fundraising that the way they fundraise, I wouldn't have no argument. I say, hey, look, it's a regular school. These guys come to the school, play football for them, in the hopes of trying to go to the NFL. That's it. No money is being involved for profit of the school. I wouldn't have no issue. But we all know for decades that's how it's been. Hell, even down to the high school level now.
Exactly. High school in Florida got a transfer portal now. I don't know how it is in Atlanta and Georgia.
My son goes to one of the top football schools in the country. Their quarterback, who just committed to Nebraska, is from California. He came all the way to Bumble, Beaufort, Georgia, where we live, to play football to get a better chance at a scholarship.
Beaufort.
That's what
real?
I call it.
Oh, okay.
It's not Bumble is not in it. I just put that in there.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, he got a full ride to the school, housing provided for the family. So it's down to the high school now. Point blank, period.
Football is the most, well, outside of like soccer, football is one of the most lucrative businesses in this country, and the kids need to get paid. I mean, it is what it is. If a bum coach like what's my Texas A&M coach that they fired to stay home could get a $77 million contract, which they're gonna pay him every penny of it just to sit at home and not come to work, then you could pay a kid a couple of dollars when they're making you all the money. It's football that's filling those stadiums. It ain't basketball. Right. It ain't nothing else. It's football. I know Venkat probably pulling his damn hair out right now about this.
I would disagree with you on one. I would disagree with you on one point. Yes, it is the most lucrative in terms of owner profit. It's definitely probably the most lucrative. As far as player profit, is probably one of the worst.
Yeah, it is the worst.
Yeah, compare one of the top contracts in football to a top contract in like baseball. Or
no question.
Hell,
but but baseball actually has a season. Football, they don't play no season. Come on now.
You see what I'm saying?
Come on, these guys are just playing around. They don't have this off season is longer than their season. That's why they don't get paid. And these guys get paid weekly and end up broke. If you're in a big name, you're broke.
Venkat, I'm gonna come down to West Palm Beach.
Oh, God.
We gonna go to the nearest sporting goods store and I'm gonna buy you a pair of shoulder pad. I'm gonna get you some shoulder pad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get you some thigh pad. We're gonna put you in a full uniform and we're gonna go out and hit just for maybe like 30 minutes. Let me know how you feel after the fact, and then we'll have that discussion.
Just make him run gassers. You ain't even got to hit him. Cause once he run gassers, he ain't gonna wanna hit. He ain't gonna wanna play no more.
All I know is that's all garbage.
We'll just do a couple of rounds of Oklahoma. That's it. Just a couple of rounds.
Hey, you cannot dispute the fact that NBA, Major League Baseball, they got a season. They have a long season. They get paid for that long season. NFL don't got that.
But you know what the NBA has? They have, what do they call it? The maintenance. What did Kawhi Leonard do a lot?
Oh,
The maintenance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So wait, Nene saying, "Hey fellas, MDU in the party bus." So yeah, but that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to say, because I know MD. Hey, y'all stay tuned for the Beard and the Bulldog this fall. Our MD and Trevor's football show. We're gonna break down football this fall. On a serious note, though, before we load management, that's right, because now I see Bones in the building.
Yeah,
me and Bones have been batting around an idea that we're gonna try called the Beard Bones in the Beard. So it's similar in the vein of 5 count, because somebody sent me a message and said, "Hey, you don't talk about AEW enough," and things like that. And the truth of the matter is, I don't get to watch AEW the way I watch WWE just because of the way my schedule is. But Bones does watch AEW. Bones watches everything AEW. Bones watches everything New Japan and all that other stuff that we don't get to see. So I thought it'd be a good idea if we did a studio show, kind of like what 5 count is, where Bones would just recap the weekly AEW show stuff. Not like this, the pay-per-views and stuff, but just the weekly shows. And we can add Chris to the mix, because Chris is a staunch NXT watcher. He actually goes to NXT. I'd love to see what the atmosphere was like last night in there from a live perspective. He bleeds AEW. So that's something we've been bannering around. So that's something we're going to do, just because I don't want to do injustice to AEW, just especially that we're going on Twitter now. But I'm not watching everything they do, Ring of Honor and all. He watches all of that. And I just think it'll be an outlet that he can literally come on and just do around like a round table show, kind of like 5 count. It's not going to be anything live. So it'll be something done in the back. So that's where we are with that. Speaking of 5 count, tomorrow look for a new episode of 5 count. I will be giving my top 5 WrestleManias of all time. I was working on that last night during Taper's Politics. I put a lot of work into this. So y'all look for that tomorrow.
WrestleMania 20 better be in there. Or we moving furniture. We moving furniture if there ain't no damn WrestleMania 20.
All I'm gonna say is just stay tuned to my list. Top 5 WrestleManias of all time for me. All time. And I've seen them all.
Oh, that's the asterisk. He said for me. Oh Lord.
And then from there, I'm gonna do top 5 blunders. And going on forward there.
So the blunders, WrestleMania 9 is all day. That's one of the worst. That's one of the worst.
Well, no, this is top 5 blunders, just period.
Okay.
Limited. Yeah, it's not limited to WrestleMania. So let's get in what we came to see, because like I said, MD does have a debate scheduled. So let's get this up. Hey, were y'all able to see this when I sent it to you in the group?
It was only an image. That's it.
So
That's
it wasn't the whole slide.
Okay, so they wouldn't let you see the whole thing. So
I was kind of confused. I'm like, what does Triple want me to do with this?
I thought they let you do the whole thing. So in the event that I wasn't going to be here, y'all could grab it. So let's get into this card real quick. Venkat, what did you think about this show?
Well, I fell asleep towards the middle. And I'm not saying I fell asleep as a diss or anything. It was good. I liked the show. Even the pre-show. The pre-show was hot, man. They were pretty good. I like the Acclaim. I don't know why the Acclaim is on a pre-show. I think they should be on the show, but whatever. But yeah, what I saw it was nice. It was good. It was not World's End. That's the bar right there. As long as you're better than World's End, you're good with me.
MD, what was your thoughts on this show?
Overall, I thought it was a pretty good show. I didn't see the pre-show. I didn't know that the Trios Championship match was going to be on the pre-show. When I tuned into it, it was on the tail end. I'm like, what? I thought maybe it started early. I'm like, what's going on? And it was I was confused about that. But overall, it was a pretty good show. What brought it over the top for me was a couple of those matches were just like phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? That's what brought it over. So we'll discuss it. We'll talk about it.
So let me say this. Y'all assume I'm the AEW hater, but I'm not. I am All Elite. So I thought the show was phenomenal. I already put this show in pay-per-view of the year category. We'll get to it, but I already put a match in here for match of the year, and it will not be touched. It absolutely will not be touched. I just thought the show was great. I got one negative thing about this show, and we'll get to it. I didn't see any of the pre-show, so y'all gonna have to take that. So but I do agree with Venkat. I didn't fall asleep on it, but I see how he could have fell asleep on it. They got to put these shows on Saturday. And they gotta start earlier or something, or just not run them for so long. I mean, it's hard to hold people's attention for that long.
Right. I tell you, like when I saw when me and Venkat went through the card last week, I didn't think it was gonna be that long. And then we was messaging back and forth when it was going on. I'm like, damn, it's already 10 o'clock. We got 2 matches still left. You know what I mean? So and those were almost the 2 hours. Because the show didn't end until a little bit before 12. So, I mean, to me, again, that goes back to Tony Khan and the way he styles these matches. They great. But as far as like substance when it comes to storyline and that, they not it. So why are we getting such a long, drawn-out card just for the quality of the match with no substance in terms of storyline? That's where I disconnect from AEW. Great matches, though, nonetheless.
I'm so glad you said that about the storyline, because y'all know I always talk about AEW has zero storyline. They don't, but sometimes it doesn't matter. The Backlash show last year that we thought was so great had zero storyline. There's a lot of cards that I literally could go into and not watch one thing, don't know one story, and just go in and get a great wrestling card. And I think that's what this was. And I gave it a pass for their lack of buildup, because the buildup was terrible. Like, I mean, and by terrible, I mean zero, non-existent, nothing. What you was gonna say, Venkat?
No, I was just laughing at what you're saying because it's true what you're saying. It's true. And MD hit it on the head. He said it perfectly. You know, I agree with both of you, what you're saying.
Yeah, but I mean, fantastic show. So let's so you had the AEW 0 Hour, which again, they had 3 matches on this, in addition to like the 7 or 8 matches that were already on the card. But the first match,
wait a minute. So Orange Cassidy didn't even make the people. I was wondering. I thought he was off that night. I didn't see this one.
You had Orange Cassidy and Shibata versus Shane Taylor and Lee. Listen, Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty are just the jobbers to the stars. So what you guys had on this? Because I didn't see it.
Neither did I.
No, I didn't
even know Orange Cassidy wrestled. I thought it was weird that he wasn't on the card. I'm like, where's the one? I thought maybe he was just off.
Same thing I was thinking. Same thing.
All right. Well, Orange Cassidy and Shibata did win this match. Next match, you had Trent Beretta versus Matt Sydal. Another match I did not see.
Neither did I. I didn't even know Matt Sydal was in AEW.
Exactly.
Exactly. Hey, that's why we need the Bones and the Beard show. I'm telling you, look at Bones. Bones like this. All right. So a match that I know y'all did see, because I came in at the tail end where I think I saw y'all talking about this. You had the Acclaimed versus the Bullet Club Gold for a unification match between the AEW trios and the Ring of Honor trios. So only thing I want to say about this, maybe Bones can answer, with them unifying these titles, does this mean that we're going to start seeing more unification? Oh, Narubin too, I forgot, he's big AEW. Are we going to start seeing more unification matches of the Ring of Honor? Because Ring of Honor is a dead brand. Let's just call it what it is.
I agree. Again, I wouldn't be saying this if we didn't have a show like Rampage going on. For what? You know what I mean? There's no for the cat. I'm just speaking to the casual fan. There's no way of you knowing what's going on in Ring of Honor. Like literally no way. They want you to pay to watch Ring of Honor, which is dumb in and of itself. I mean, hell, you barely get people to watch the free show. You want us to pay to watch Ring of Honor. We're supposed to follow and know what's going on in terms of leaderboards and people that are on the roster. You constantly swapping people within the rosters of AEW and Ring. Like, it's a hodgepodge at this point, and it's ridiculous. Just drop Rampage and put Ring of Honor on there. That's the least you could do. The very least. Athena is not on my TV. Why?
Yeah, that's where I was going to go. Why can't I see Athena? I still can't see Athena at all. So what did you do?
This issue for AEW is kind of stupid. Just like MD said, just get rid of Rampage. It wasn't like Rampage was significant on any level. And just push Ring of Honor there. It's kind of ridiculous to think that your lesser brand you got to pay for, and your higher brand is just readily available on cable. That makes no sense whatsoever. That would be like paying for NXT and watching Raw for free. That don't make no sense.
That's a good ass example. So what did you guys think about this match? The Bullet Club Gold did end up winning, and now they're the unified Ring of Honor AEW Trios champions, whatever that means.
Hey, that match was great.
Tail end. I didn't see it. I didn't see the totality of it.
I watched the whole thing. It was great. The crowd was jumping. The friggin' Acclaim was. I like the Acclaim a lot, man. I think they just great. They lost the match, but it didn't matter. I think Jay White and his crew, they did great. I was surprised they won, but you couldn't hate it. The match was great. Even there was even a moment where they're supposed to be bad guys, and the crowd was clapping for them, which that just proved how well they performed in the match. Everything about the match was just great. Even the little funny moments they had, I thought was fun. Just a really highly engaged match where the crowd was in it for real. Like, that's why I was kind of shocked. Like, this is not the pay-per-view. Like, it's just weird. But it's very good.
Yeah, Jay White is awesome. I mean, I'm you know how I feel about the Acclaim, so I'm not even going to beat a dead horse. But Jay White is awesome. I think he could be doing a lot more than this. But I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. He should be doing more than this. But ever since he lost to MJF with one arm, and he had 3 guys helping him, and he had a belt shot and still lost to MJF, I guess that was their way of saying, hey, buddy, you belong in the trios division. So I think that's what. Yeah, Jay White versus Swerve. That'd be a good feud. We'll get to old Mr. Swerve later on. So let's get to the main card of AEW Dynasty again, which I thought was a tremendous thing. So the opening matchup, shout out Adrian Cutler. The opening matchup was Okada. This is for the AEW Continental Championship versus Pac, which I didn't even know Pac was back. But I love Pac, the former Adrian Neville from NXT. What this guy could do wrestling moves that's not supposed to be done. I thought this match was tremendous. Okada to me he just looks weird, but I guess he's a tall Oriental fella. I won't call him the other word. He's a tall Oriental fella, so they put a lot of stock into him. But I was more impressed in this match with Pac. Like Pac, oh Jesus. Pac is awesome, man. I mean, I know Vince McMahon didn't like him because he's small, but Vince McMahon is an idiot. But Pac is friggin' awesome. Yeah, Bones, I was going to get to that. Okada hit Pac with a DDT from the guardrail straight into the floor on his head. And I'm like, man, boy, I know all that other stuff is scripted, but you can't tell me that wasn't real, man. What you guys had on this match?
Phenomenal. It was a great way to kick off Dynasty. Here's my thing with Okada. I'm not doubting Okada's ability. He's one of the best Japanese wrestlers, period. You know what I mean? But it almost seems as if they trying to ease him in and give him guys to make him look good. Because Pac made Okada look real good. You know what I'm saying? With the clash and the styles and whatnot. Like I said, that DDT, Pac sold the hell out of that. That Black Arrow, when Okada put up his knees, I thought Pac had dislocated his jaw. I'm like, man, and he sold everything great. The speed that Pac displayed with the pop that Okada had with a lot of those power moves, he made Okada look like $100. And you know, it's gonna be interesting to see what other type of matchups they go with going forward with Okada, because for all intents and purposes, it's just a launching pad for him to be at the top of the card at some point real soon. You know what I'm saying? So a great starting match. The crowd was way into it. They was hyped for the whole match. And it was a great way to start the show off.
And Venkat, before you go, let me say this about the crowd, because y'all know I love to crap on the crowd. I crap on, partly when you see me crapping on AEW is because of Tony Khan. He's a dipshit. I don't like him. He's an idiot. But the type of wrestling AEW does and the level that those guys go, they need to be, this is what I love to see. They need to be in front of a packed house. You can't be getting a spiked DDT on your head in front of 200 people. You need to have it in a packed house like this, because if you're going to get hurt, at least get hurt in front of a big crowd. So your payoff will be a little bit better, brother. Hulk Hogan taught you that. Yeah, but go ahead, Venkat.
Well, I agree with everything MD said. This was a very good match. And when I was watching the match, I'm like, damn, this is just an opening match. And they're acting like they're the main event. Okada, you know, he came into the ring and I noticed people were cheering for him. People were behind him. throughout the match. People were behind him, and then he did that whole middle finger to the crowd.
Yeah, that was
This guy
great.
turned heel in the middle of the match. Oh my God. So I don't know. It was just funny to see that. But yeah, Pac was great. They both were great. It was just a really competitive match. That's what I like to see. Doesn't really matter about wins and losses. Just how competitive is the match? How believable is the match? This was a very believable match. This was no playing around here. They were wrestling. So I like it. Even when Pac goes off the top, he did the flip on the outside. Like, he didn't wait a long time. He did it
Yeah.
very, spontaneously, organically. So it felt right. Whereas these idiots are just standing there looking for 2 minutes, and then they do the move. I hate that. But yeah, they're great. They both need to get a push somewhere up.
Well, Okada's getting pushed because what they're paying him. Yeah, he. So you mentioned it. I'm assuming Okada's a heel because he's with Nicholas and Matthew.
Yeah, he's a heel. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, again, it's an
they
AEW
cheering
crowd.
the
They
hell out
don't.
of him. Though. They
Yeah,
cheering.
it's an AEW crowd, bro. They ain't going with that like at all.
So heels and faces don't really matter for them. They gonna cheer who they like.
Pretty much. Again,
Well, okay.
we know that the AEW crowd is mainly there for the wrestling.
So Venkat, you being a wrestling purist, how you feel about that if there's no defined heel or babyface?
I don't need it because I'm not a baby. I don't need to be coerced by a promoter on how I need to feel. This is how wrestling should always be. The match should dictate who people want to get behind. They shouldn't have to tell me with a heavy hand, oh, you need to cheer this guy, you need to boo this guy. I always thought that was stupid in wrestling. Let the crowd is smart enough, they know what they want to do, and let it just be.
So what's the point of a promo then?
The promo is to get you excited for the match. Whether some guy is good or some guy is bad is irrelevant, right? There's still two people battling each other. And one guy wants to beat the other, and the other guy wants to beat the other. So you have to have a promo to get people hyped up, and you want to see them lose or you want to see them win. That's really irrelevant.
Yeah, I mean, Conor McGregor is coming back to UFC soon. He ain't a good guy, but hey, he's one of my favorites. You know, he's a perceived heel. Well, I mean, I love the bad guy, so it is what it is. The next match, we have a trios match. Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, Mark Briscoe versus the House of Black. Another good one. I mean, I know what match Venkat's going to crap on, but I think we're going to all agree up to a certain point. I thought this was another good one, man. I'm loving Eddie Kingston more and more. I mean, he's just like literally the everyman's wrestler. And Edge, Adam Copeland looks still to have that competitive edge, and like, no pun intended, like he really goes. I love the fact that when him and Malachi Black got to the point where they were about to touch, there was interference. They're foreshadowing hated. That's Copeland's next TNT title feud. So I love that they didn't let them touch, because you don't always need to fight. Like, you don't need to have your go home show to a pay-per-view and everybody sitting there fighting every time. That's stupid. There's no money in that. Mark Briscoe, I'm still not a fan of his. Hey, sorry. House of Black, Malachi Black is the man. But to me, the best thing of that team is Brody King. I'm starting to listen. Big Brody King is strap the rocket on that dude and just let him go. Everything he does is stiff, no diddy. It's just like the dude is just, he lays his shit in. Just, hey, that's an everyman type of wrestler. That's a Vader type of wrestler. Stan Hansen, just go in there and just beat you up. I love that. What you guys have on this one?
You go ahead, MD.
Yeah. Again, it was a good match for what it was. It was good controlled chaos. You know what I'm saying? Which that's the type of match it should have been with these people in it. Mark Briscoe, to me, I put him in the same category as a person like Eddie Kingston, whereas he's niche with what he does, but he's a lovable kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I like the spot where they did the they were setting up the tower, and then Brody King came in. They did the double power bomb, and then Edge jumped up on the top rope with the superplex. I like that spot. That was kind of innovative. I ain't never seen a tower being broke up like that. The end of the match, you know, it basically set up what you said. They setting up Edge and Malachi Black. It should be a good match, you know, for what it is. We'll see how long Edge can maintain with the title, because I don't think it's for long. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's just me personally. Hell, I'm waiting on Christian to come back. Just to be honest, you know what I'm saying? But you know, it was a good match though. I like I said, controlled chaos is what it was.
Venkat, what you had on this one?
Oh yeah, I'm here. Yeah, this match was great. Well, not great. I mean, it was a good match. This is just another match that I don't think anybody was bad in the match. Even Briscoe, I think he had his moments where he had the crowd, and he did some nice offense here and there. I know people may not like him all the way.
You like the redneck kung fu? You like that?
Hey, man,
he be killing me with that screaming and chopping. And
are they black? Like, what are they?
They white. They just country. They
okay.
They from like the part of that, like, it's weird because they from Delaware, but you know, Southern Delaware can be country, I guess.
Yeah, but I thought the match was pretty entertaining, pretty good. Wasn't boring, and it did what it needed to do. Keep the show rolling. So I thought it was good. And again, Edge is continuing to have a positive effect on AEW. Just saying.
Well, we'll get to that. I'm sure that there's an argument to be had about that. But let's not ruin it with this one. Let's get on to the next. Okay, so I want Venkat to lead with this one because I know what he's gonna say. So for the TBS title, you had Julia Hart versus my girl Willow Nightingale. I just love Willow Nightingale. Hey, if there's a pure woman, a pure female babyface, that's her right there. And I want y'all to really pay attention to what happened at the end of this match. This is what I want to get to. Julia Hart, not good. Looks good, but not good at all in the ring. The best thing she is an entrance and a cute face. And that's
the best entrance in AEW in my opinion. The best one.
That's the best I can say about her. Venkat, just bless us with your tones right now.
Well, I'm not going to say anything bad. I mean, matter of fact, when I saw the match coming, I was like, oh my God, it's one of those matches. So I went to the bathroom, and that was it. Just by the time I came back, it was over. I'm like, okay, she won. I mean, Nightingale won. That's fine.
So you didn't see it?
As soon as I saw what was coming to the ring, I knew what time it was. So got the hell out of Dodge and got my ass up out of there because
I gotta label my soundboard, man. I had to wipe all the numbers off, so I don't know what's what, man. Because boy, I got a sound for that. And so he didn't watch it. MD, what was your thoughts on this match?
It almost felt like a squash match, almost. You know what I'm saying? It seems like they were trying to, they were quick to get the title off of Julia Hart, but to set something up with her and Mercedes Moné, and it almost felt like Julia Hart was an afterthought. She was just out there to do the spots and take the finish and lose the title.
Wasn't that like weird for Mercedes Moné to be coming out there with music and doing that stupid title match just happened? Man, Ultimate Warrior just beat Hulk Hogan. Now some jackass just comes out with their music and they just dancing and looking at. Come on, man, that was so stupid. They should have never done that. If anything, she should have wrestled on the pre-show.
Venkat, no, she's not. She's not ready yet. They said she'll be ready by Double or Nothing. But you know what was very funny? They said she wasn't even going to be there. So again, they swerved their own crowd. They said she wasn't going to be there. But your Ultimate Warrior Hulk Hogan assessment is spot on. Willow Nightingale wins this title, and Willow got to get rid of that ring, that mouthpiece she has.
Like Stokely.
Stokely's terrible. They told me how great he was. He's terrible.
Yeah, he corny to me. He takes some.
Yeah,
he's
a cornball. He literally is a cornball. But Willow is all happy in front of her family, and then you hear this terrible entrance music. CEO. She comes down to absolutely zero reaction because everybody telling me how over she is. She's not. She's not at all. And the
people aren't chanting. People are not chanting the CEO.
Exactly.
It's in the music.
The fact that she came out and ruined a homegrown AEW talent like Willow Nightingale's moment, they just healed her. So whatever they thought they were doing, all we want to see now is a Willow to break her up. And here's the part that's really killing me. AEW is big on rankings, which I love. I always say you should have rankings in wrestling. I mean, tell me why this person deserves a shot. Monet hasn't had a match in AEW. Monet hadn't had a match in probably a year. How the hell does she jump over everybody to be Willow's next opponent at Double or Nothing for this title?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, then again, Hulk Hogan did good too.
They trying to play off the whole New Japan injury, and which is fine, but let do it in long term. She hasn't had a match, like you said. It don't make any sense. Willow just won the title. I would be more intrigued, and like you said, breaking up the whole thing with Willow and Statlander. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's where the money is at.
Exactly.
But hey, what do I know? You know what I mean?
They gotta justify the $10 million though. They got to. Tony like, hey woman, you gotta get in this ring, man. You gotta get. I'm bleeding money here. You gotta get in this ring. So you guys got any final words on this?
I didn't really hate Mercedes, Sasha Banks, whatever you want to call her this week. I never really hated her. I thought she was fine all this time, but to me, she just seems more like a liability here. I don't really see what's so great about her. She might be messing up. If she don't do something great, like having a great match, she just can't win that title and it's all good. The match got to be like really good, which it can't because you got Fluffkins in there. They have the belt. Ain't no way in hell she's going to be able to produce something.
Hey, wait a minute.
So,
Yo, hey, I just want to let it be known, none of this is coming from me. Yo, so you don't like Willow Nightingale, huh?
I mean, she hasn't done anything.
Venkaz that called her Fluffkins, man.
Hey, Willow was beautiful, bro.
Yeah, Willow is that chick, man. Hey, did I send y'all that picture of Nia Jax? When they do the outside walk up pictures?
Nah,
before. Okay, I got to send that. So, all right. But you know what I think should happen? I think Willow should beat Mercedes, and then make Mercedes. So because okay, you're it's AEW, so you figure everybody that watched Japan knows the story. So they should shout out to Chris Morales in the building. They should let whoop that trick. Yeah. Hey Chris, I don't know if you were here earlier, but me and Bones thinking about doing a studio show, and I think you should join to do the NXT report. I think Mercedes should beat Willow. I mean, no, Willow should beat Mercedes and make her earn it. Like to show, because I mean, no Britt Baker, no Athena. People that you had on your roster, homegrown, taking all the bumps, this woman just automatically gets a title shot. I mean, I don't get it.
Yeah. and she need to be healed.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
this ain't working.
absolutely. And she needs scripted promos too, because her promo work is terrible. She of those four women, the four horsewomen, she was always last on my list, with Charlotte being number one. I mean, it is what it is. So I mean, she's showing what it is. You guys, I'm curious to see what you guys are going to think about this match. I thought this was great. This match slowed down all the fast pace, and this match said, hey, let's throw in a Matt Classic, Steven Regal, Mike Rotunda, if that was ever a match. Like, I'm talking about Varsity Club Mike Rotunda. Just throw in a match like that. You had Roderick Strong, the Messiah of the Backbreaker, versus Kyle O'Reilly, which I'm glad to see he's finally back for the AEW International title. I thought this match was great, man. I'm just so happy to see Kyle O'Reilly back. I was a huge fan of the Undisputed Era. I don't know what this Undisputed Kingdom thing is, but what do you guys think about this one?
Yeah, another great match. Roderick Strong was laying in them backbreaker every time, and they told a story in the ring that made sense. You know what I mean? Yeah, and you're right. It was a slower paced match, but throughout the duration of a card, that's what you need. You know what I'm saying? So everything made sense. Throughout the progression of we'll see how everything goes throughout the progression. This match is going to do nothing but boost Kyle O'Reilly as a single mid card star. You know what I'm saying? Which he should be. But Roderick Strong, a lot of people hate on Roddy. Try to call him generic. Roddy know how to play his part. He definitely know how to play his part. Hell, at this point, when it comes to the Undisputed Kingdom, like I'm looking more at him than I am Adam Cole at this point. We'll see how that goes.
Oh,
but so at the end of the match, so I saw when Adam Cole came out, and then my thing started buffering. So I saw when it buffered right at the point where he was behind Wardlow. I don't know what happened after that.
So they bring him out in the wheelchair, and he's clapping his hands, and then he just stands up, and the crowd starts cheering because they're like, oh man, Adam Cole, he finally could walk again. I think he's a few months away from being healed, but he's showing that he could walk on the ankle now. I 100% agree with you. Roddy Strong, even when they were in the Undisputed Era, I thought Roddy Strong was the best one of that group. I mean, I like Adam Cole, NXT Adam Cole, but I thought Roddy Strong was the best in that group. They call him generic. They say he's boring because he doesn't do all them flips. He doesn't do all that stuff. But he is the Messiah of the Backbreaker. He'll hit you with a backbreaker from anywhere, and he lays his shit in just like a wrestler. He reminds me almost like a Dean Malenko. And that's the best.
That's exactly what he is.
That's the best compliment I could give any wrestler, is to say you remind me of Dean Malenko. I don't know, is Venkat there? Venkat, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay. What you had on this match?
Well, this is the match where I started losing my connection. I kept trying over and over. And then it stayed for a little bit. And then after that, that's when I gave up. And then I went to sleep. So I didn't really get to see the full ending.
Oh, all right. So wait a minute. So, okay, hold on. What all did you see?
That's it. And then the rest of it, I saw highlights. I had to go watch the highlights and stuff. So I saw the highlights of Daniel Bryan and of course the world title match.
All right, so but you've seen enough to get through, so it's fine. But yeah, I thought this match, up until this point, this was my favorite match, because I'm sitting there watching this and I'm like, man, I'm like, they're not gonna like this match, but I think this match is friggin' great. All the mat wrestling, all because the story. This match is the only match that told a story in the entire show.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
In the entire show, and y'all know I'm huge on storytelling in the match. This was the only match that told a story, because these guys coming up together, being in Ring of Honor together, being in NXT together, then O'Reilly getting the injury, Roddy Strong doing his thing, and they know each other's moves. I thought this match was great. I like this was my match of the night up until this point. So let's get into the next match. So for the FTW title,
match nobody asked for.
Yeah, for the FTW title, you had Chris Jericho versus Hook. The only thing I got to say about this match is Chris Jericho hit him in his damn head with a baseball bat. And I love the fact, because AEW, for all the criticism I give them, they do things in reality. Because if I'm a dad watching my son get hit with a baseball bat, the least I'm going to do is stand up. So for Taz to break character and get up, and he didn't get in the ring because he's too damn big to get in the ring, but he walked over and told Jericho, just get away from him type stuff. I thought that was a great touch. I didn't care too much for this. I mean, again, it's Hook. Hook loses the FTW title. The rumor is Hook is going to NXT. Don't know how true that is, but I did hear that. So there you go with that. But Chris Jericho is now the FTW champion. MD, what you had on this one?
That belt needs to go away. That's a stupid ass belt.
Yeah,
that's like below $1 million title. Like, it's just horrible.
Yeah, I'm glad you said the rumor is that he's going to NXT. I understand people like the concept of Hook, right? Cool concept. As far as developing the character, nobody in AEW is helping him do that. Nobody, not even Jericho. He's not developed from the moment that we saw Hook for the first time. As far as a character, hasn't developed whatsoever. NXT might be the best thing for him.
What is he supposed to be?
He's supposed to be Taz, ECW Taz, no talking. Suplex machine, bro. It's not
straight
working,
business.
But look at him. Look at Taz, 1995, in the ring. Then look at Hook,
thick, and this guy's just a pencil.
Yeah, I don't take it serious. I just don't. It's a cool concept of what it could be, but the way they've put him in basically they pushed him. I don't want to say in a nepotist type way, because I don't think it's all that. It's possibly some, but not all. But the character in and of itself just not working for what they want to do with developing the character. Then you put Jericho for whatever reason. Hell, it's like Jericho is the revolving door when it comes to AEW. Every storyline when it comes to Jericho, it's got to be involved with somebody. Who's next? But before Hook, it was what? The Golden Jets. So I wonder who's going to be next. You know what I'm saying? Jericho need to get the hell up out the ring is what he need to do. I'm going to just keep it above.
I agree.
You agree with that, Venkat?
Yeah, I do agree. His Stay Puff Marshmallow Man looking ass need to be out of here. I mean, he doesn't have. He looks like he's really beat up. Like he's been through some things. Like this guy needs to stop. Look at that image right here on the screen. I mean, he needs to go, man.
It's nothing else for Jericho to do, man. He's done it all. What he needs to be doing is helping AEW be a better product overall. That's what he need to be doing.
I'm so shocked to hear y'all say that. I'm shocked.
Jericho needs to go, man.
No, I agree. That's why I'm shocked, because I feel like if I would have been the first one to say Jericho had to go, I don't know, the response would have been different.
I don't know about that.
I'm just being honest. Yeah, I'm just being honest, man.
He does nothing winning this belt. Nothing
at all.
It may downgrade him winning that belt, because look who he beat and look what the belt is. Two illegitimate things. Hook is nobody. Oh man, I just beat Hook. Wow, what a great thing. And that title is just so lame. Like even when Taz had it, I was like, who the hell makes a title? You know what? I'm not good enough to make it here. So I'm just gonna make my own belt. And that'll make me feel better about myself. Like that's so silly.
At least Taz had a story behind it though, because I think at the time Sabu had a broken neck, so he couldn't defend the title, and they didn't want to take it from him. So they kind of came up with that. At least it's still stupid, but regardless, he at least had a reasoning for it. This, I could imagine how they gave it to him. One day, Taz probably just pulled it out of his sack and said, "Here, you're the new FTW champion." I bet that's what happened. like he literally, that's probably what happened. But I agree. Chris Jericho was great. Chris Jericho belongs in anybody's top 15. But at this point, he needs to be putting people over. He doesn't need to be beating anybody. But if the rumors are true, then Hook it got one foot out the door. So that is what it is. Hey, I wasn't even offended by Aubrey Edwards in this match. And Aubrey Edwards is a referee that I do not like, because she tries to make herself the center of the match, and I just don't like it. But she wasn't even offensive in this match. I just don't think the match. I mean, like, he literally hit this skinny guy in the head with a baseball bat or a pole, whatever it was, to win. It was ridiculous. This is outrageous. This is utterly ridiculous. So, oh my goodness. So let's get to the AEW women's title match. My girl, Timeless Toni Storm versus Thunder Rosa. I'm gonna tell you,
Thunder Rosa is awesome.
I love this. And you know what I love too? Thunder Rosa came in the ring in the mask, then took it off and didn't have the face paint on. Symbolism. She's always had the face paint on. So it's like, hey, this means war. I thought this match was great. The only thing I didn't care for this was the ending with Dina Purrazzo coming out. And the reason being because, okay, Dina Purrazzo is supposed to be coming out to neutralize Mariah May and the Luther guy. Here's the problem. They didn't do anything. So she literally coming out there beating these two up just to get her on the pay-per-view. That's all it was. They get her on the show. Toni Storm still wins, but I thought this was a great match, man. Toni Storm has really elevated this title. I hate the fact that I know where it's going to end up going. Mercedes is going to get this at some point. Toni Storm is like the perfect champion for this division, and she's just going to keep wiping these chicks out. Thunder Rosa had a fantastic story going in, though, because she never lost the title. She had a legitimate reason to be going in for this match, and she never lost. Well, guess what? Now she lost. So next, what you guys had on this one?
Yeah, great match. For what it was, you said that was only. I would say the long-term storyline played in effect in this match, and it played the story in the match as well, with her coming out with the no face paint, saying that she didn't need to hide under a mask to show who she was and all that. They played into it, and it was great. Toni Storm is the quintessential figure in AEW right now when it comes to like a standard. You know what I mean? That not even the world title is doing that. Not right now. It didn't do it up under Samoa Joe. It's doing it up under Toni Storm. So even once she loses it, her reign is going to be so. It's going to make a standard to what the women's championship is supposed to be in AEW. Hopefully that continues with whoever beats her. But yeah, ain't nobody doing it better right now as far as being the mold of what a champion's supposed to be, other than Toni Storm and AEW. That's just what it is. Though, and it's weird knowing what Toni Storm used to be to what she transformed herself into now. Incredible. Yeah. Incredible.
Do you think that Toni Storm is taking over from where Jade was at?
I can't compare the two.
Yeah,
because Jade was like you're saying that
CBS title champion though.
Yeah, I don't care about the title. I care about like how you hold the belt, how you perform as a champion, how you get the attention on you, stuff like that. Like
I wouldn't compare the two based on the fact that what Toni Storm is doing organic, whereas we were force fed Jade. She's a star nonetheless.
Yeah.
She, yeah. Look at this. It's like you got a 24 karat diamond. You tell everybody, hey, look at this. You know what I mean? whereas actually going out and getting the diamond out of the rough. That's what they did with Toni Storm, because she was in a like that whole what was it called with Saraya and all that was trash.
Oh, gee.
You know what I'm saying?
And now
The
Ruby,
outlaw,
Ruby,
the outcast.
Ruby
That was-
Riot is pregnant now, right?
And that's crazy. Go
Hey,
for what you know, I guess.
Hey, Bones, I think it's Bones. Bones or his brother, one of them. He in the chat. He'll tell me they say that she's the ugliest woman in the world. Like they so hard on that woman, man. She ain't that bad, but my goodness.
She got a nose on her. Don't get it twisted, but other than that,
and somebody knocked her up, boy. There's somebody for everybody. Hey, so I do want to say this because y'all talking. VanCat brings up elevating the title and stuff, and just being like that superstar. I see what you're saying with her doing the title. The world title's not on the level of the women's title. They say it in the pecking order, but just the eyeball test is not. She is, and it's not sacrilege what I'm about to say, she is the Gunther of AEW. She took a title that basically meant nothing and elevated to a point that when Sami Zayn beats you, everybody's like, holy crap. So whomever is going to take this title from her, everybody's going to be like, holy crap. I just don't, you know what it might be Mariah. You know what happens? They may do something where they turn around and she starts bullying Mariah and then Mariah ends up fighting from underneath and ends up beating her. Because if they give the belt to Mercedes, it's literally just like
it would be undeserved. She didn't work for it. You got to do a Cody Rhodes. You got to go through some things.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, when Toni won, when she initially won the title, you know, she won the title based off her merit, but she wasn't able to elevate it until she got into this character. I mean, hell, she was really a transitional champion, especially the second go round. You know what I'm saying?
Because she lost to Saraya, but that was because they wanted the hometown pop.
Right. So,
which is a stupid reason to do that, by the way. It's very stupid to do that.
Right.
Let's go ahead and change the title for a pop. Like, wow.
So, man, what's going on here? Janelle Grant files motion to strike Vince McMahon's preliminary statement. Oh boy, we gotta follow up on that. See what's going on there. All right, let's get into this next one because we're almost. Oh my God! So, let's get into this because we got two more matches and we gotta get MD out of here so you can go whoop up on Solar. Listen, this guy on the left is already the wrestler of the year in my book. I mean, I'm just telling you now, that's already my number one pick. It ain't gonna be touched. Nobody could touch it. 4 months into the year, this match was tremendous. And this is the only thing I'm gonna say on this match. People still ask me to this day, why do I watch wrestling? And I always tell them, go watch Fully Loaded 1998, Stone Cold versus Dude Love. That is one of the most fun, chaotic wrestling matches you'll ever see in your life. And I say that is what wrestling is to a grown man. And here we are in 2024. If anybody asks me today, why do I still watch wrestling? I'm telling you, go to AEW Dynasty and watch Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson. This match is my legit first 10-star recipient of a match. I thought, listen, when I'm watching.
It's not 11?
No, you can't get no higher than 10.
You
now.
did that before. You went to 11.
Who did I give a 10 to?
You don't remember? You said it was 11.
I gave another Ospreay. No, I gave Ospreay and Takeshita. Okay, no, that got to go down. That wasn't better than this.
But you gave it an 11.
Okay, well, damn it. This is a 15 then. This is the pinnacle.
We're writing the rules in real time.
This match was so phenomenal, and you know, I don't think Will Ospreay tells a story in his matches, and I'm negative on that, but you don't need it. When you're in a match with a technician like Bryan Danielson, and his whole thing is, I'm going to ground you because of your aerial attack. I thought this was tremendous. Nurbaum, I agree with you. Nerubin, I agree with you. This friggin' match was awesome. I'm hating what I think is gonna happen after this, but y'all got it, man. What do you got on this? This was tremendous.
So the internet is going crazy with this match, and the big thing is people are saying, is it the best match on U.S. soil? So, which
That's
lets
what
me
Dave Meltzer said.
right. So that
of
lets
course
me
he did.
think that Will Ospreay and other people have matches outside of the United States that are still better than this. So I don't know. I mean, I haven't followed Will Ospreay outside of AEW. I remember when we were talking about him during the wrestling awards for, I think it was 2022. And that was the first time I came across his name, and he was ranked so highly, and I thought it was just odd that this guy is ranked so highly, so he must be good or at least decent. Well, he's proven that he's really, really, really good. And I don't hear people, they keep talking about him having these great matches. Seems like every time he gets in the ring, it's a match of the year candidate. Every single time. And I don't hear the talk like Ric Flair being the greatest of all time and all this other. Even John Cena is ridiculously being called the greatest of all time. But here's a guy that's going different continents, different territories, different countries, and providing 5-star match. He was just in TNA just a few months ago, wrestling on their pay-per-view.
And that was a great match against
That's what I'm
Speedball
saying.
Bailey. That was another great match.
Every time this guy walks into the ring, he's having the greatest match you've seen in your lifetime. But we're not hearing what should go along with that. And I just find it odd. Like, when is the point where Will Ospreay is going to be like, yeah, that's the guy, that's the man. And the other thing is, when is this guy going to get the title? You can't be so great.
No, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there because I know what's gonna happen. We're gonna get there.
Okay.
But no, the only thing that what you guys say, Van Cat, I don't disagree with anything. You mentioned him having a match in TNA last month. I didn't know that. And guess what? The majority of casual wrestling fans didn't know that either. That's the problem. He's great amongst us that have to do this or choose to do this. You don't have to do this, but us that chooses to do this, but he doesn't have the body of work. I listen, I could never be so disrespectful to put this guy in the same category as Ric Flair. Like, come on, man. You can't do that.
What do you mean by that?
And to try to say that he should be in the conversation of best wrestler ever. He's the best wrestler now. But do it for 40 years. Do it for 30, 40 years.
Well, okay, so how long has Will Ospreay been in professional wrestling?
Maybe 5?
Nah, it's been longer than that. Because remember the whole controversy with
Ricochet.
him and Ricochet. Yeah.
And Vader got mad about that. Yeah, Vader got mad about that. I remember
but both of them were young at that time. They were real young.
Oh, you didn't hear about that, Van Cat?
No, I didn't know anything about this.
Yeah, go look that up. Just Ricochet, Ospreay, and Vader. Vader got pissed off because of a match that they had. It was too choreographed. That's what I'm saying.
Ripped them to shred.
He's literally coming into this. He wasn't always this. Like his matches were Kenny Omega style. Spam the finishers and do a bunch of false finishes. But now he's telling more of a story. And I got to give credit to the people he's in the ring with, because that match with him and Takeshita was tremendous. This match with Danielson is like one of the best ever. So you got to give him a mulligan there. But what really made me love Ospreay was the match that he had against that other Chinaman on Dynamite. What was his name? Shibata. Where Shibata slowed him down. He made him slow down and work a hold. He took the speed game from him. And that's when I looked and I was like, you know what? This guy has it. He doesn't just work one gear. oh, let me hit every finisher on earth. Because y'all know that's what I hate. Whenever you hear me talk about wrestling, that's why I didn't like the Young Bucks for so long, because it's like they just spam finishers. But when this guy slowed down and to get in this match with Danielson and this finish where they literally did a gunslinging finish, like whomever gonna
played a role in it.
Whoever gonna connect first is gonna win. Somebody sent me a message after this and said, I love the match. Well, it was Zay. Sent me a message and said, I love this match. I didn't like the finish because he legit thought that Danielson was hurt. And I said, guess what? They got you. That's what I want to feel in wrestling. That when I see a man down, I'm like, boy, I don't know about that one because it was so fantastic. Let me stop gushing over this because we got two more to go. What y'all got?
So when he dropped him on his head, I forgot the name of that move. What's the name of that move?
Tiger Drive.
Okay, so in the press conference, he mentioned I might have to stop using that move because it really hurt him. I was concerned for Bryan Danielson. So that may be used as a story. Yeah, that may be used as a storyline because he may not use it for the next few matches, but then there may be a guy that he fights that he just had to resort to using it to get over.
Down.
Yeah.
And now you have another element of story.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting.
Now you get into storytelling. You remember MJF and Jericho? You couldn't use the Judas effect. Remember? Bro, you could do anything in wrestling to make it just make more sense, to tell a story. You work to the move. You don't have to do it. I remember the one thing I heard Paul Heyman said. Paul Heyman said that he could have got a headlock over with Mark Henry if they would have let him. He wanted Mark Henry's finishing move to be a headlock. And he said he would have had Mark Henry put that on somebody and they would have sold that to make you think that that's the most devastating thing in the world, that you didn't want to get in that Mark Henry's headlock. You could make any move come on, man. How many of us been in a figure four? It don't really hurt you. Like, come on, man. But
you could yourself. That junk hurt.
No, man. If you would have let me get, hey,
whatever. That junk hurt, man.
Hey, me and Venkat gonna have a coming out of retirement match too.
He hurt your shin more than anything
some
else.
Old geezers with canes.
Hey, but let me say this real quick though, and this is probably gonna be controversial. This match was I can't put it into words. From a pure standpoint of the body of the match, I think that the Kester match was better. That's just me. Because that I've never seen two wrestlers go that fast in the ring, like, and make a match out of it. You know what I'm saying? The speed, the sheer speed in that match was, I ain't never seen it ever in no wrestling match ever. This match here though, I can understand why this would go over based on the story that was told in the match. Again, story does wonders for a match. And the story that was told, now the backdrop was terrible as far as what led up to it, especially when they had the on Collision. What was it? The bunkhouse brawl. And then they jumped on the Callis family jumped on, who was that in the BCC that they jumped on?
I don't know. You got me.
Oh, you didn't watch Collision?
No, I didn't know anything about this.
Yeah, so the Collision, they called it a bunkhouse brawl. It was basically a street fight. It was BCC and damn, who else was in it? Was it the Callis family? I don't remember. But they tried to tell a story trying to give the inclination that Will Ospreay wasn't down with what was going on. But it was too late by then. Y'all about to get ready to wrestle the next day. You know what I'm saying? So as far as the lead up, it was horrible. The story that was told in the match, plus the body of it, makes it one of the best matches I've ever seen. Oh, it was Claudio Bones. Yeah, you're right. So again, and this is the issue that I got with AEW. We just saw one of the greatest matches in this generation of wrestling. Just saw it. With no lead out. You know what I'm saying? No payoff. some people might say, that's acceptable nowadays. Me personally, I wouldn't say that. Not for a match like this. I wouldn't say it. You got to suspend my disbelief some type of way in order for the payoff to be that much better.
So it makes sense what MD's saying here because, I mean, Danielson, as great as he is, he's at the very end of his career. So there's certain things he won't be able to do or achieve in the ring. So it makes sense that younger Takeshita would be able to.
Well, but that's another thing, though, Venkat. They possibly use just the match that we just saw. People are saying one of the greatest matches of all time to set up the ending of Bryan Danielson.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
That's what I thought. It's gonna get to a point where his body's gonna be so beat up where he's just gonna say that's it. He's gonna walk out to the sunset or whatever, and that's gonna be the career of Bryan Danielson. So they use this match to set up something else, and that's not right. Not for this match. Not for this match. This match was too great to be a starting point for another storyline.
That's very true. Yeah, you don't need to do something else to it. Just focus on this match being great. That's true.
I could agree with you, Ben. I mean, MD, because it's like I'm literally, as I'm watching this, I'm like, man, this or the Takeshita match, this or this. Like, I'm literally like, because y'all know the Takeshita match I thought was just like, man, I had to go back and watch that again. I haven't watched this one again yet, but I had to go back and watch the Takeshita match just to make sure that it was as great as I thought it was, and it absolutely was. But I don't disagree with anything you're saying, but we know Danielson is wrapping up soon. He's been eating a lot of pins. We know he's wrapping up soon. And, and I say bravo to one of the greatest ever. Just a little nugget. He is on the list in my top 5 WrestleMania list. So because MD, the debate's starting soon. Let's we got 2 more to get through. You have the Young Bucks.
Run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
All right. You had the Young Bucks versus FTR for the AEW Tag Team Championships in a ladder match. So how much of this did you see, Venkat? Like, you saw any highlights or anything?
I saw highlights of this right here.
All right. So what I say with this match? I thought this match suffered from the previous match. If ever you needed a piss break bathroom match, you needed it after what you just saw with Ospreay versus Danielson. Now, I like what AEW does. They put their matches in pecking order of the titles. I mean, but that Danielson Ospreay wasn't for a title, but it probably should have been a main event. But whatever. They put their matches in pecking order of the championship. So I love that. But this match started out slow to me just because the crowd, it's not that the crowd wasn't in it. The crowd was worn out. When you have a match like what you just saw, it's hard to now come back and be like, hey, you got to get up again for now what's going to be a Young Bucks versus FTR ladder match, which I don't know why they had to involve the ladder. I would have rather it been a regular street fight or something like that. But that's just nitpicking as far as the ladder being involved. I know it played into the finish at the end, but I thought this match was good. Could have been great, but just good. And the main finish was a guy comes out of the audience. Everybody's running on him like, oh my God, who's that? Who's that? And it's friggin' Jack Perry.
Yeah, with a sting mask.
Yeah,
a sting mask of all things.
He causes FTR the titles, from getting the titles, and the Young Bucks are now the AEW title champions, which I knew it's just better that way. For their character serves better being champions, and then you have. So here's what I think is going to happen. You got the Young Bucks as tag champions. You have Okada as the Continental champion. Now Jack Perry can go for Roderick Strong's belt, or Jack Perry could go for Adam Copeland's belt. So I think they want a stable where everybody's going to be champions. Wait a minute, they met a ladder because of the 4-time wrestling, so they need to switch it up. I think Bones to what I'm thinking, they just came off of a 6-way ladder match at WrestleMania. I think that's why I got ladder match overload. But I thought the match was really good. I just thought it had an uphill battle because of what you just saw ahead of that.
So essentially, this was Triple H against Jericho at WrestleMania.
Yes. Oh my goodness, that was the best. Absolutely. Where you had Triple H saying the title needs the main event, but then at the end he was like, "Oh yeah, maybe we shouldn't the main event." Sometimes you burn your crowd out. Like you can't get the crowd up for so hyped as it was during that Danielson Ospreay match, and then turn around and be like, "All right, now we got to get you up on a Young Bucks match." And I don't even know how the hell that Cash got hurt. Not Cash. Well, you got Cash and Wheeler. So the bald head one, he got man, he was butt. Jesus.
Yes, he was. Yes. Yeah,
what happened? That dude was bleeding like a pig. I don't know what the hell happened to him.
Yeah. I don't know either. Maybe he got hit with the ladder at like the tip of the ladder or something at some point in the match.
I thought it was Dax. Yeah, Dax Harwood. That's what it is. Yeah, Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood. I thought the match was really good though. I'm coming around to the Young Bucks. I get especially this. See, I like this gimmick. I just like this gimmick.
The thing that's funny to me is when they do EVP.
Yeah.
Into the knees. That thing is so stupid.
The EVP trigger. I really, and FTR is my favorite tag team, so I don't have anything bad to say about this match. It was in a bad place. It was in a bad spot. If this was probably in the middle of the card, I think the crowd reaction would have been a whole hell of a lot better just because of what it had to follow.
So that one match, would you put the dye in hair? Maybe one of those women matches?
Willow and Willow and Julia Hart.
Yeah.
Because I want to say that match had the shortest time. I would have either put that or I would have put Jericho and Hook. That's what I would have put.
Jericho, yeah.
I would have put Jericho and Hook. That's what I would have put there.
Exactly. Yeah, that would have made more sense.
Yeah, because that one I was just like, oh, whatever. I was tuned out of that one, so I would have put that's the one.
Jericho would have thought of it anyway. Like, nah, you can't put us there. He would have already been all over it.
Let's put this made up ass title. This title has to be high on the card. I don't know if MD is back. Yeah, so based on any highlights, so you had anything else on this?
No, it was just fine. It was fine. The Young Bucks, I never had a problem with them. When we started talking wrestling, you were just all over the Young Bucks, but I never really truly had a problem with them. But and what they did in Sting's last match, I thought was great. So I'm okay with the Young Bucks. What do you think about the videotape playing with CM Punk and it being a part of the story? Was it necessary or not?
It did. You know how it wasn't necessary? So they're making it seem like they had to do that to bring Jack Perry back. Whatever. No, that all they had to do was mention it and not show it because it didn't make CM Punk look bad. And I think that's what they were going for. They wanted to make CM Punk look bad. And it did not make him look bad.
He is the one that threw the first punch, though.
Yeah, but you don't know what was said to him. I
don't think any words that a person says should let you react that way.
That's subjective there, Venkat. I don't.
Okay, like last night on TFP, there were words that were said by certain people, and it led to gunning down 2 people we saw on TFP. We saw the wife, and we saw the elderly lady, the 60-some-odd-year-old lady, get shot down by the white guy. So
that was just complete cowardice. You bring up that one point, but hold on, MD, what you got on this real quick before we get you out of here? You got 13 minutes, but just to that one point, I'm sitting there listening to Mike, and I'm just like, my God, I can't. I'm like, I can't believe he got this position on that woman and the guy. I'm just like, man,
you need to clip that part and just make it separate because he said some damning things.
Mike is because Mike has done stuff like that where he'll say stuff and you'll be like, damn, that's crazy. But then when you go back and listen to it, you're like, yeah, I get it. But with that part, I'm just like, nah, bro, I can't rock with you on that. But I just can't. I just can't do it. No, there's nothing. There's no type of poking and prodding that could make him do what he did. And I don't care. Like, we've all been in relationships. We know how terrible women could be, how annoying they could be, and they do things to try to get on your nerves. But at
you want to say that again, Travis? Just say that one more time.
It wasn't impulsive like he was trying to make it. It wasn't impulsive.
At no point
throughout the course of weeks.
At no point do you go get your gat and be like, all right, that's it for you. You don't do it. You just don't.
With your belly sticking out.
Yeah, you don't do it. I mean, you got to have some discipline. Hey, to that logic, then all I'm going to say is Kev is right. Because every Monday, Kev tells us how terrible black men are and they can't control their emotions and this and that. And if you're going to go by that logic, then Kev is absolutely right. And that's all to it.
You the killing blow right there.
Yeah.
Killing blow.
Yeah, Bones, we got to re-upload it, man, because the Evil Empire YouTube took the show down, but we know what's up, so we're gonna re-upload it. All right, MD,
real quick.
What you had on this?
It was okay. It wasn't what I expected from a Young Bucks versus FTR match. It could have been way better. That I know that because they did it already. The aspect of the ladder match was probably what diminished it for me. You know, you had your typical spots with, jumping off the ladder and getting slammed on the ladder. You had your spots. But for the match that I'm used to seeing with FTR and the Bucks, it could have been way better. But, at the same time, like y'all was saying when I got back, how are you going to, like top what we just saw? They was probably thinking, damn, we gotta
follow that. Yeah. So you echo the same sentiments as me though. It didn't need a ladder.
I mean, nah. I get Bones' point that, they try to switch it up as far as variety. I get it. But, this wasn't the pay-per-view for that. They could have just gave us another classic tag team match and left it at that.
All right. And last but definitely not least, you had in the main event Samoa Joe versus Swerve Strickland for the AEW title. I got another message. Samoa Joe is boring. I love Samoa Joe. I mean, hey, that was from Zay too. I'm gonna put Zay out there tonight. That was from Zay. Zay was like, man, Samoa Joe too boring. I can't deal with it. But again, it depends on what type of wrestling you're raised on. We're raised on more the methodical, slow it down style. They're used to just constantly go, spam your finishers. You can't do that. But since MD got to go, MD, what's your thoughts on this? Oh yeah, that Black Panther outfit was tremendous. MD, what's your thoughts on this match?
Oh yeah, I like the entrance of Swerve. That was a fire entrance. I'll say this about the body of the match. It was good for what it was. For the moment that they were trying to portray, giving Swerve the title, I think it was lackluster. I'm gonna just keep it above. They could have did a way better job. Hell, for the culture, they could have did a way better job at presenting him as champion. Samoa Joe, he did his thing. He, for what it's worth, he gladly did the job and made it look semi-good. The finish to me was horrible. So when Swerve did the leapfrog over the top, it was a moment like Joe didn't know like what the hell was going on. He was just hanging on the turnbuckle of the rope.
Yes.
Like okay, what we doing next? And then that's when Swerve did the power bomb and then the double stomp. I'm like, that looked kind of weird, but I'll take it because a black man won the championship. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it was good for what it was. It's supposed to have been a lot better. Culminating Swerve winning the title. They did a poor job to me presenting that part, that aspect of it, because it was supposed to be a big moment, and to me, it didn't feel like it.
Well, I think a couple things. I think there's two things here. I think Swerve is winning because, oh God, WWE just had this great WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes won. Oh my God, we need something. Oh, Blackie over here, win this. Get some heat on us. Get some excitement on us. And then the other thing is like, we want the first black champion and all this other stuff, and we're trying to push Swerve. So we're taking away the negative stuff that Tony Khan just went through with CM Punk and then releasing the video. So it's like it does two things for them. And that's why I don't like it, because that's not the reason to do it. It's the kind of same way I was pushing back with Cody winning. I don't feel like WrestleMania was the place to be doing it, and I still don't. And I just don't like these moments in wrestling where it's, oh, the name of the event is Dynasty. Oh, Swerve is creating a new dynasty. He's a new black world champion. Blah blah blah. I don't like that type of stuff. Don't tell me that. Oh, Triple H is a new guy running things here, and there's a new era in WWE. Oh, let's let 5 out of 7 titles change, and we'll have Cody Rhodes the new champion, and now we have a new era. Like, don't tell me that stuff, man. I don't want to hear that. It doesn't feel organic. It feels forced on. It feels like you're writing a children's book. I don't like that stuff. So, yeah, as far as Swerve, I like Swerve winning. I want Swerve to win. I don't feel Samoa Joe should have been losing his title right now. I think he still had more to give us, more to show us, and maybe Swerve should have got it down the road somewhere, but he won.
Guess what, y'all? Set the tape machines. I 100% agree with what Venkat said, minus the Cody Rhodes stuff. But the MD was, I'm so glad MD said it before I had to say it. The finish was very lackluster. It literally came out of nowhere. Samoa Joe leaving the ring the way he did literally was just like, all right, nothing to see here. They about to push me down the card. Bones already jumped the gun about what I was saying. Swerve is absolutely losing that belt to Ospreay at Wembley. I mean, there's no doubt about it. So don't get me wrong here, because I was on AEW Shop last night purchasing the Swerve shirt. So don't get me wrong here and act like I don't like Swerve. That's not the point. It was Swerve's moment, but it came off flat. You know what this seems like to me? And what I'm looking at out of the corner of my eye, I'm rewatching NXT from last night. It looks like Tony Khan knew that Tuesday Trick Williams was going to win the title, the NXT title. So he was like, you know what? I'm going to beat them to something, and I'm going to let a black guy be the champion before their black guy becomes the champion. That's exactly what I was thinking. The celebration was lackluster. Swerve's emotion didn't match what the crowd was giving. He's in there like trying, hamming it up. And the crowd is just like, they couldn't give a crap. They like Swerve as a good wrestler. I always said that Nana was going to turn on him. So to Venkat's point, and y'all hear me say this, I agree. I would have had Nana turn on him and cost him again. And then he had to win it at Double or Nothing next month. Him holding it off 1 month wouldn't have been an issue. Have Nana turn on him, build more heat on him, then he wins in Vegas. I just don't think the crowd gave him what he needed. They didn't give him no big pyro at the end. All they did was drop friggin' confetti out the sky. I don't think they celebrated his. I wanted him to be celebrated. When Trick won the title last night, the crowd, even though it's Full Sail, Chris will come on and tell me how I bet you what it felt like in there. That crowd was electric. I don't think the crowd gave Swerve what he deserved in this match. And I think forever that's where it took it down a lot for me. I didn't think the match was a great match. I thought it was good. I don't think it was great. It almost seemed to me like Samoa Joe was going through the motions. Like he's like, all right, I don't think this is the time for me to be losing this belt, but whatever. What I was hoping was going to happen is that at the end of all that, you would have heard the greatest theme music in wrestling. MJF would have came out and just threw everything on his heels, but he didn't.
Real quick, Trev, to your point. This picture, what you got up, is so apropos. Remember, Stephon Smith, this was his first world championship call as referee. So they played up to everything. You know what I'm saying? Which is corny to me. I mean, you know, how this man been in AEW? How is this his first world championship call? Like how? You know what I mean? So
you can tell a white guy wrote this.
I'm gonna say something else very controversial. Then I'm gonna get on up out of here. Tony Khan is a racist. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you.
I ain't gonna go that far.
Queen Animata.
Oh, you talking about the women? Okay.
What's the other girl name in the infantry?
Kiera Hogan.
Kiera Hogan.
Hey, just name any black female wrestler in AEW not named Jade Cargill, and they are always eating pins at the end of every night. So I give you that.
I didn't realize Mark Henry is the one that discovered Jade. I didn't realize that.
So Neruba's saying he's going to lose the Hangman. Okay. Oh, ugh.
So no, I was just playing. Please, Tony Khan, don't sue me. I ain't got no money. Listen, at the end of the day, once they announced that Stephon Smith was calling his first world, I knew what was. I said, okay, yeah, sorry about the win title. They want to put all black people in the ring, the magical Negroes. You know what I'm saying?
The League of Extraordinary Negroes.
Yeah, you know. So you know it, and that's what sucked for me. For Swerve, it made me feel bad for him. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew he wasn't going to get the moment that he deserved.
It's not a good look.
It's manufactured.
Yeah.
Not organic. It wasn't organic whatsoever. That's the sad part about
it. It did not come off good. Like when they counted the 3, it was just like, oh, you know, it was like the slow clap, like, oh, it happened. What?
Yeah, I noticed that too.
To me, the crowd didn't do justice for what we just saw. But let me tell you this, Jim Ross, get the hell off of my TV.
Oh, that was the other thing. Yes, that was the other thing.
Get off of my damn TV. Just ride off into the sunset.
It's a completely different call.
Hey, fellas, I'm out of here. Hey, I'll catch y'all on the next one, man.
All right, y'all go over to Solar Vision Debate League, SVDL. Check out MD versus Solar. I'm gonna come over there soon.
Yeah, Jim Ross, when he's calling Ron Simmons in '92, you listen to that, and then you listen to Swerve on Sunday. It is a completely. It was so as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Like, nothing special here.
I did not think me and you would agree on that. Listen, you know what he said that just really pissed me off? He said, and this bothered the hell out of me, because you could say whatever you want about WWE, you could love them, you could hate them, but Jim Ross said out of his mouth that Swerve is fighting for the richest prize in all of professional wrestling. And I'm like, man, if you don't get the hell on with this, like literally this company has been in existence since 2019. I don't care what you feel about WWE. AEW has the best wrestling, but don't try to put their title on this grand pedestal like it
doesn't have the lineage. It doesn't have that lineage.
Like come on, man. That like Jim Ross.
I mean, the TNA title has more of a lineage.
Exactly. Jim Ross was friggin' insufferable, and the fact that they kept trotting him out there for what they perceive as the big matches. Give me Tony Schiavone any day over him.
Of course, yes.
Jim Ross. Give me Tony Schiavone, Taz, and Excalibur, and put Jim Ross in a backstage role, or have him producing TV or teaching these guys how to look at the camera angles. or whatever you got to do, because he's like, that's it, and it's okay.
He shouldn't have been there. He should not have been there. I was shocked at his tone. It was, oh man, just horrible.
Jim Ross has given us everything of him. He has been the best for so long.
Right.
So it's okay. It's okay to just be like, you know what, I'm done. Let me ride off.
I don't know if you noticed, but in the opening intro of Wrestle with Reality, you hear him say that infamous WWE Dynamite. I put it in there at one point in the intro. You do hear him say WWE Dynamite.
I gotta go back and listen to that.
Yeah, but you know he said that, right? He said that on one of the early episodes of Dynamite.
On AEW TV.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Oh my goodness. So
it's embarrassing.
Overall, though, what do you give this show?
Well, this show seems to have a higher rating than WrestleMania, to be honest, because they had a 5-star match at the very least, with the Danielson match. The opening match was as solid as any match you will find anywhere. A lot of the other matches, even the ones that are like, they were good. They were decent. I mean, if your worst match is Jericho, you're doing pretty good. You're doing pretty good. And this, was the moment perfect? Was the moment right? No. But the match was good. It was fine. And at least it was a major title change. So that got to mean something. I mean, I gave WrestleMania a 4 out of 5. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. We can't do halves. I don't think this is a 5-star, but 4 out of 5 is fair.
So this blew night one of WrestleMania out of the water. Like that's not even.
Right.
That's not even. As a matter of fact, outside of the main event of night one, I'm just disqualifying the entire night one of WrestleMania. Now night two is a different story. I would put this above night two of WrestleMania because, hey, I gave this one match in here a 15 star. Like, come on, man. I'm literally putting this match as one of the greatest things I've ever seen, which I need to go back and watch Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker. That's what I got to go back and watch, because that's a match that I have just like that match, Ric Flair versus Sting at Clash of the Champions, Macho Man versus Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 7.
That was great. Yeah, WrestleMania 7. Yeah.
But that was a storytelling match. Like, those matches are matches that I have in like high regard, man. So I would dare say I'm giving this show a 5. I am giving this show a 5 because you did have the Swerve victory. The Danielson Ospreay match was so good. The Okada versus Pac was fantastic. Tony Storm and Thunder Rosa, like there was enough really good. And then the Ospreay Danielson put it over. It took it from a 4 to a 5, and this is now in the leaderboard for me for pay-per-view of the year. Like, I mean, it just is.
I can't be mad at what you're saying. I mean, the only reason I can't do that is because I didn't fully watch in real time, like the whole event like you did. I just got some highlights. I got, pieces in here. So I'm just going by the strength of what I perceive. So that's why I'll give it a 4. Had I been able to sit down and watch the whole thing like WrestleMania, it probably would have been a 5 for me too.
So you could use that link and go back, right?
I know, but like, when could I do it? When I was closing at 2 a.m?
Yeah, that's the thing, and that's the problem here. I got into a thing at work today where I probably wasn't going to be leaving work until 6:30. But some things happened, and some of my guys came through for me and really bust ass. So I was able to get out of there at my regular time. So that's why I was able to get here on time. But I thought the show was great, man. I really thought it was great. So Christopher Morales says he was at NXT last night. I know. Listen, when Trick won that title, even though, because people are going to be like, oh, it's two different things because you're at the CWC versus being in that arena. All I'm saying is when Trick won the title, the fans gave him that. Like the fans was like, listen, you're our guy. You just beat the unbeatable champion. There you go. Like you're our guy. I'm watching it again. I'm watching it again right now. And look, 1, 2, 3. And look how the crowd just erupts for him to where the arena is shaking. Like that's all I'm saying, man. It's like when Swerve won, I'm like, man, I want this crowd to be standing up, jumping up and down.
But that's the other thing too, though, Trevor, is that Samoa Joe just won that title in December. That's why another reason why he should have had a longer run, and he maybe should have had some more high-profile wins to really put him over as his dominating champion, so that when Swerve beat a guy like that, it would have been more impactful. You know, so I really wish they would have thought it through, really.
Well, there you have it. Our review for AEW Dynasty. I mean, I overall, I thought it was a fantastic pay-per-view. We will be back in 2 weeks to review Backlash, WWE Backlash on just 2 weeks from now, whenever 2 weeks from now is. You would think I have it. Hold on, let me pull my calendar up and see. So Backlash, today's Wednesday, so we'll be back on the 8th. Yeah, so 2 weeks from now, because Backlash is on the 4th. Yeah, so
any notable matches already announced, or are they gonna wait for the last minute?
See, right now WWE is in a weird place, and that's why I didn't do 5 Count Monday, because nothing is really going on because they're in the middle of the draft. So I think the draft starts Friday. So they really don't have storylines set for anything. I think the only thing you have right now is Cody versus AJ, which I think is just going to be that's going to be great.
That's a good matchup. That's a good matchup. No matter how you look at it.
You got Cody AJ. You got Jay versus Damian Priest, which Damian Priest should run over him. And I'm pretty sure you're going to have tag team matches. So I don't know. It's going to be like it's going to be like Backlash from last year. No build up, but it's just going to end up. I thought Backlash from last year was tremendous. So
they need to be in Puerto Rico every year.
Yeah. Well, this one going to be in France. So
France better pick their game up because Puerto Rico is thumping.
France has never had a pay-per-view, so we'll see. We'll see how they handle it, but we'll definitely be going over that show on the 8th. Then episode 50, 2 weeks after that, part 2 of It's Sting. The Man Called Sting, part 2. We're going to cover his time after WCW. So we're going to get into some stuff that a lot of people didn't even know, because some people were telling me like, damn, after that Sting show, I didn't know all of that. You guys really broke that down. So it's so much stuff I'm looking at for this show, like as far as what he did after WCW that I had no idea. All the feuds in TNA. Then we get into his WWE run. Then we get into his AEW run leading up to his retirement. But I definitely wanted to make sure that Sting gets the proper just deserves, which that's why his show falls on episode 50. It will be our 50th. God, it's 50 of these. It will be our 50th episode of Wrestling with Reality, and we'll touch into that. So
you see what Bones says here? Jacob Fatu coming to Backlash.
Oh yeah, he's gonna show up. He's gonna show up sometime. I mean, they already got Tama Tonga busting up Kevin. My goodness,
which is weird.
I don't know how they let that much blood on TV.
It almost made me feel like he got injured a different way, and they're like, "Hey, let's use this."
But but they played it off like it was the car, him hitting them with the car, like that
right, which is not true. They got two junk cars. They got 2 junk cars and pushed them there.
John Moxley is the IWGP champion. Man, oof, wow. That'll put some butts in the seat. So,
no, don't you do that one? Don't you do that one? That didn't work good for WCW when they did that one.
So, hey, man, I need AEW to succeed, man. The better they are, the more places people can work, and the better it makes WWE's product. So, hey, it's a win-win for the fans, and it makes shows like this better. So,
yep.
I'm about to get out of here. Go check out MD's debate over on SVDL. I'm about to head over there in a few. I gotta do some things first in the back.
Can black people vote?
Yes. Yeah. No.
Should
black people vote?
Right. Should black people vote?
Should black people vote? So that's gonna be Solar saying no, MD saying yeah. Tape Fist Politics from last night. The evil empire took it down, but we are gonna put it back up. We know what the problem is, so it will go back up. So look for that. Venkat's just gonna have to do more. Do some more editing work. So, I wake up to the email in the morning like, oh yeah, we took the show down. So it is what it is. Tomorrow sometime, tune in to 5 Count. Don't tune into it because it's not live, but I'll put it up. 5 Count, my top 5 WrestleManias of all time. Mine.
That's there's an asterisk next to that.
My top 5 WrestleManias of all time. I had a lot of fun putting it together last night, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's going to be interesting because there's one on there right off the bat that I know everybody's going to crap on. Everybody. So, but again, it's mine. Then after that, I got top 5 wrestling.
I already know what it is.
Which one?
Hogan Warrior.
Maybe.
Oh Lord.
Maybe. We'll see. Then after that, I got top 5 wrestling blunders of the past 30 years. So I'm going back 30 years in my head and thinking.
I already know what you're gonna say. Stargate 97
of the worst blunders in wrestling history. So y'all tune into that. But my voice starting to crack up on me. So Venkat, I'm out of here. It's appreciated as always. What we got coming up on Tape Fist Politics Tuesday?
Well, I gotta get with Ricardo because he suggested
that gun.
Yeah, so I want to get with Ricardo, and we'll probably go that direction. That's more than likely where we're going.
All right, so y'all make sure and tune in to Tape Fist Politics. Hey, listen. Tape Fist, nothing's better. Nothing. I've been everywhere. I've seen it all. Nothing's better. Nothing. So stop kidding yourself. Just watch the damn show. Share the show out because there's an active ban on it. So that means that it has to be good and informative. So make sure and check out the show. Man Talk Monday will be back this Monday. Y'all check out the other stuff that we got on the channel. Venkat, it's been a pleasure.
Same here. We'll see you same bat time, same bat channel. Straight Talk with Trevor. We out. All
right, everybody. Peace.
Now the whole world can acknowledge me.
You'll get the shit. You'll be knee deep in shit.
I'm gonna take you home.
What?